Well, AP is reporting a record 31.5 million Americans plan to bet on this year's Super Bowl, according to estimates released Tuesday by the Gambling Industry's National Trade Group. They're so proud. The American Gaming Association forecasted over $7.6 billion will be wagered on pro football's championship game set for Sunday. Both the amount of people planning to bet, up 35% last year, and the estimated amount of money being bet, get this, up 78% from last year, are new records. Bettors include people making casual wagers with friends or relatives, entries into office pools, wagers with licensed sports books, and bets placed with illegal bookmakers. Americans have never been more interested in legal sports wagering, said Bill Miller, the president's group and CEO. Of course, he would say that. He's somewhat true. That's true, by the way. I think he's right. When the Los Angeles Rams and Cincinnati Bengals begin the game Sunday evening in the Rams' home stadium, 30 states plus Washington, D.C. will offer legal gambling.
I'm going to be honest. Give me a game of craps in Vegas. And I'm like, there's a level of entertainment there for me. I just have zero. I don't understand the sports gambling world. There's nothing entertaining in I guess there's like a social aspect. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't get it.
Okay. Says the girl who likes to play craps.
I know, but for me, I'm like, there's this atmosphere. I don't know, something like about it. But when it just comes to sports gambling, I'm like, I'm going to Venmo money. I'm going to whatever. It's just, there's nothing. I just don't understand it. So for me,
I don't.
You don't get gambling, period.
I don't bet because I don't like to lose. I'm too cheap.
Yeah.
But but I think what happens is, even friends of mine, they'll make a friendly wager, not on money, but on something else. Like you have to wear the wrong jersey the next day or something like that.
Sure.
It just makes you cheer for your team
that much more
and hate the other team more or whatever.
Yeah,
that kind
you
of
have
stuff.
skin in the game in a sense. Yeah.
But it makes you pay attention more. It's not just it's not just casual viewing then.
Right.
And then of course the more you put on it, the more intense you get there. I suppose that would be a reasonable theory by someone who doesn't do it.
We're probably the worst.
Yeah, we're the worst ones to comment on this. But what does occur to me is this: is that we have a student loan crisis in America.
Yeah.
But we have $7.6 billion being bet on a football game.
That's insane.
While somebody's kids aren't going to college.
Right.
And there'll be people that lose their homes over this. There'll be people that are, way over the edge. They've lost their minds. They're in a gambling addiction mode. And I don't know what the percentages are, but it's a problem. And so I don't know what percentage of this is casual $10 and $50 or $100 betting versus somebody betting $100,000 or $10,000 that is, they're betting their 401k or something on a football game.
Well, and it's bizarre how much it's gone up, though.
Yeah.
78% about the amount of money, because you think through.
Well, all you got to do is watch. If you've been watching football, sports betting's gone up because every commercial is FanDuel and Caesar. And if I see Caesar one more time, I'm going to punch the guy. But it's a horrible commercial. But
the ads,
and if they're dropping that kind of money in that kind of venue on advertising, that means they're making
oh my
money.
Gosh. Oh,
so
man.
the gambling industry is really good at sucking you into gambling.
Yep.
And the idea that you're betting money while you're broke, in debt, your kids don't have their college funded, and you got a car payment, that makes you look pretty stupid.
Yeah.
It makes you look pretty stupid. And so that means there's a whole bunch of people I'm listening to us right now. I just called them stupid. I really did. And they are. You are, if you're doing that.
Well,
you're not stupid, but your activity's stupid. This is a stupid idea. Just like it's a stupid idea to go buy a lotto ticket, And now you probably got a better actual probability of winning something here than you do with lotto, statistically speaking.
Yeah.
But not based on the fact that you're the world's best sports gambler.
Because I feel like our stance, or I'll just say my stance, is if you get to a point where you are gambling there's such risk involved that you have to be at a point. It's almost to me even like a Bitcoin conversation. Like if you are completely debt free, you have your emergency fund, you're funding your retirement, you're funding kids' college, and you have a little small percentage of your world over here that you kind of
that you're willing to lose.
That you're willing to lose. You could burn it and it doesn't affect you.
You're willing to lose it for the thrill.
And it's there, and that's where you're choosing to kind of entertain. Then what? I mean, at that point, it's kind of like
some people buy a boat. Some people buy whatever for the recreation, and this is recreational.
Sure.
Gaming at that point. But
the amount of money and the amount of people, 31.5 million Americans are betting.
That's like everybody.
It's just a lot. It's a lot, you guys. So where
$7.6 billion is wagered.
I wonder why too the money is so people are willing to spend more right now in life. Anything, I feel like, whether it's houses or cars or travel or food, like people are just, inflation too, but like people are just spending more. And there's still this effect of the pandemic, I swear, that 2020, you're all cooped up. 2021, you're still kind of walking on eggshells, but you're getting there. And it's almost like we hit 2022 and it's just like everyone's just screaming for normalcy again. And it's like all the pent up tension still is being released in life and part of it. And I'm like, I just wonder if that's part of it too. Like the amount of the 78% more being betted than last year.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It's a huge increase. Part of this though is the marketing and the advertising is driving it because they're talking people into betting that never would have thought of it before. The second thing is there's a real get rich quick vibe going on in America right now. And
yes, that's fair.
This is a sense of a shortcut. I'm looking for a shortcut. I'm looking for a shortcut. I'm looking for an easy money. And the ultimate in arrogance is thinking you're going to win. That you've got something figured out. You've got an edge. You've figured out the pattern. You've figured out how this is going to work.
Yeah.
And that's just so laughable.
Yeah.
That, I played the odds and I won the last 5 games. And so now I'm going to double down. That's just laughable. But the sad thing is in the wake of this, there's two types of people playing. Ones that are going to lose everything. And I don't know what percentage that is, but we all know they're there. Mm-hmm. And with that kind of increase, you're going to see an increase in that ratio-wise, perception-wise. The next thing you're going to run into is that's a lot more is that basically you have a lot of people who really don't have money to lose that are going to lose it. Meaning you lose $500 and you've got a car payment, you didn't have that money to lose.
Yeah.
You lose $500 and you're still sitting with a student loan, or your kid's student loan or your kid's student college fund is not funded, then you don't have that money to lose, and you're gambling away your family's good, the prosperity of your family then, and you don't have that money, and we know a large percentage of these people, even casual bettors, fall into that, and so it's just there's some devastating numbers that come out of this. It's just
the
bizarre.
ripple effect of it.
I think the first time I saw this big time was when I was following the bankruptcy statistics so closely. This was 20 years ago. The number 1 county for bankruptcy filing in the United States at that time was Shelby County, Memphis, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And what happened was, and it had just erupted, it had just become that. It was the number 4 county or number 5 county before that, and it had become that. But it was tied to the fact that Tunica is just south of there, and the casinos had been put into Tunica. And a lot of lower-income people out of Memphis were traveling down to Tunica and losing what they didn't even have to lose.
Yeah.
And so
same is true when Lotto gets placed into
happens with Lotto as well. Yeah.
Yeah, the
we
scholarship.
saw this direct correlation between the casino, the lower socioeconomic demographic, and now a bankruptcy statistic that is number 1 in the nation. And this is the kind of stuff, it's a pain statistic.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to see around this. It's just sad.